Hi, I'm Judith Monroe, and this is my studio. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a digital photogram, which is something we normally make in a darkroom. But I'm going to show you how to make it with a few things that you might have already around your house, and this, just your little cell phone camera. To create a digital photogram, we first need to set up an even light source, like a light table. If you have an electronic device that'll do that for you, that's fabulous. But I'm going to show you a very low-tech way to do it. So I have a light source here. This is just a regular desk lamp. And I'm going to turn that on. It's going to take it a minute to warm up. And I've got these two buckets that hold art supplies. And I'm going to put them in between these two because I need something elevated to put a piece of glass on, or plexiglass. And on top of that, a white piece of paper. Now you can see that since my glass is really close to the light source, it's not really even, and the farther away that I come, the more even the lighting gets, and that's what I'm looking for. So I've just got a couple more little things, and this is a pretty good setup. It doesn't have to be perfect. So this is what we're looking for, and now I'm going to put the things I'm going to make my photogram with right here on top of this light table. Now I took some time poking around in the odds and ends that I collect, and yes, it's a dried lizard and a couple of feathers. But this is the joy of a photogram, is you can put all kinds of things together. And let's see if I can get his wing to go in there. So now I'm ready to take my shot. So he's lit from the underneath, and I'm just going to pull up my camera app in my phone, and I'm going to frame this the way I want it. And you can see my light source still is kind of dark, but if I tap, and so I'm focused, and then I just overexpose it, it's going to bring all of that light white much brighter like I want it. And then I'm just going to take the shot. So what if you can't figure out a way to set up a light source? You can still do the same kind of thing, not quite as well, but again, we can overexpose, and it doesn't create quite the same effect, but it's really similar. So if you're struggling to find a light source, that's okay. So once I've got the shot, I'm going to pull it up in Snapseed, because this is a really simple editing app. And I am just going to now choose the one that I shot with the light table that I made up. And the first thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to reverse this. So a photogram, just to kind of remind you, is in a darkroom, we would be laying down objects on a piece of photographic paper, shining light from above, and then we'd be getting this white, because these things would be blocking the light, and everything behind it would be black. And so that's the effect that we're looking for. So the quickest and easiest way to do this in Snapseed, and you could do it in other apps or programs as well, is I'm going to go to curves. So curves, you can see, we'll just knock those presets away. This is a little graph representing my dark tones over here on the left and down at the bottom, and all the high tones in my photograph up here on the right and the top. And if under normal circumstances I might adjust this curve and I'll change how my contrast works. I'm affecting my tonal values. But today I am just going to invert. So I'm going to take all my highlights, grab them. Oh, I want to clear this out because I set those. Try this again. Okay, so I'm going to take these highlights and drag them down, and my shadows, and it just went back for me. Come on. It says, no, I'm not going to cooperate with you. There we go. So I've got this X. This is what my standard is. This is what I've just done to it, and you can see I've inverted my image. So I'm just going to click check, yes. And so now I have an inverted image, but I'm still not in black and white. So I'm going to go back to my tools. I'm going to tune my image so I can affect my brightness. First thing I'm going to do is go to my saturation and desaturate the whole way. So now I've got my black and white image, and I'm going to take my highlights and I'm just going to push them a little bit because that's more like what a photogram would be doing, is making, like, actually in this case I had a little ambient light on the top of my lizard, and that's not, so it's not perfect as far as a photogram, but it's the same effect. And I'm just pushing my highlights, so I'm getting this totally white area here, which is what I would get in a darkroom. The areas of the feathers that were dark were blocking the light, and the areas of the feathers that were white are letting light through, so that I'm getting those little black stripes. So this is the point at time where I would hit the check mark, and that is my digital photogram. So fun, so quick and easy. Literally setting this stuff up took longer than, because this took me some time to figure out. All right, that's it. Oh, and then I would export, as always. And then that's it. That's how that works. So now you know how to make a digital photogram, or something that's a lot like a photogram. Have fun with it, and remember, like, subscribe, comment.